Hello and welcome to the Fedora FX backtest tutorial. Today we're going to walk through how to run a backtest using the Fedora FX program. First you want to bring up your broker. It should be in an MT4 platform, otherwise you're going to have a whole lot of trouble. So to start, bring up your broker. The first thing you want to do is go over to Tools here and you want to go to History Center. Now currently we're really only back tested for the pound dollar. We have probably a couple more settings coming soon with possibly the dollar CAD and the euro dollar, but as you can see on the left hand side you have a lot of pairs to choose from. Now I've already downloaded the pound dollar data, but what you want to do is make sure these are double clicked and lit up to be green and yellow, or depending on the broker I suppose they could be different colors, but you want to make sure those are all highlighted. Go ahead and click download. Now this process might take 20 seconds, might take 5 minutes. It depends on the broker. Also depending on the broker, you might get 6 months of backtest data. You might get 10 years or more. So it kind of depends on the broker you're using and the amount of time that it'll take to download, probably internet speed and all that stuff. So now once you've downloaded your data, you're going to click one of two buttons. The first one is in View here, and you can click on Strategy Tester. The other way is to click on the magnifying glass here, and once you click the Strategy Tester, you're going to see the tester pop up on the bottom here. Now, if you've watched the other tutorials on how to load the expert advisors, you can see that in here, here is the FX Fedora FX Expert Advisor here, and we've already preloaded that on. That is on another tutorial. But you're going to go ahead and see down here in the Expert Advisor, after you've brought up the tester here, that in the Expert Advisor you're going to have your selection of what type of tester you want to use. So go ahead and select the Fedora FX EA and make sure that is in the Expert Advisor here. What you're going to do next is go over to Expert Properties on the right hand side. Go ahead and click on that. Now the default settings are going to be set in there. They're going to be very close to what you need, and this is what you're back testing for, is to tweak those settings. If you want the trade to go in on the 0 line, the martingale strategy to reverse at the 63, the hedge lots, those are really kind of what you're fiddling with. To a certain degree. Now the hedge lots here is your lot size. Now we don't recommend any more than 0.5 per $10,000 on a standard account, and even 0.5 is probably pushing the limit. We would probably recommend to start at 0.25, and you can just double click and enter whatever you need to go in there. Go ahead and click OK. Also by clicking on the testing tab here, you enter in the initial deposit that you want to start the test with. So you make sure that's all okay. Under period, you're going to have minutes, hours, daily. You want to click on the H1, which is hour 1. That's what our Fibonacci trader trades on, is an hour chart. You want to go over here to the symbol, and right now we're testing the pound dollar because that's the only data that we've downloaded. So you can see there's a lot to choose from in here. Go ahead and click on the pound dollar. The model, leave that on every tick. The other option is control points and open prices. They can calculate a little bit faster than the every tick, but the every tick is the most precise way to generate the back test, and that's usually the best. Is you want the most precise method. Also, it's pretty imperative in our back test that you use the visual mode, and that button is right here. The reason we use the visual mode is because it's a very complicated EA. There's a lot of coding that goes into the Fibonacci trader, and if you just skip to it, if you don't use the visual mode, it can speed past some of the trades so quickly that it will actually cause the back test to glitch. So we have found a few times that it is not accurate all the time when you do not have it on visual mode. So visual mode is the safest way to backtest, and also the most precise. It takes a little bit longer, but it is what it is. So in this particular case, I went ahead and clicked on just a use date, and this is this is where you select which dates you want to test from. In this case, I picked May 1st of this year to the 15th. We're not going to run a very long back test, just a 2-week back test. We're going to go ahead and click Start. You can see it generating down here on the bottom using M1, minute 1. You can see it start to go. The first Fibonacci has been drawn here on the 30th of April, and so you can see the next trade go in. Now down here on the bottom there's actually a pause button, and you can see here that I've paused it, and you can start it back up again. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. Now I happen to be particular about looking at the candles. I usually like to throw on the period separators and take the grid off just for my own sake. You can see that the Fibonacci was drawn over here on the left hand side. The first trade went in right here, a buy trade. The stochastics lined up when it crossed the 0 line of the Fibonacci and took its profit right here. On the second day you can see another Fibonacci went in, another trade, another profit. Now up here it did not cross the 0 line, but the stochastics lined up correctly enough where it put another trade in. Now that's just something that's just kind of built into the EA. 9 times out of 10 these are going to be profitable, but the stochastics did line up, which basically means a high probability trade. We're going to go ahead and get that back on movement here so we can see it go. You can see we're up to the 5th of May. You can see the dates roll right here. Now this is an Alpari demo, and you can see the period separators, 0 hour for Alpari, and you can see the next Fibonacci will be drawn bottom to top here. And there it goes. There's another order that just went in. You can see it right here. Almost retraced down to the 63 line. It did right here, but not before it took out the trade at a profit right up here. So as we move through this back test, you can go ahead and click on results if you would like, and you can see the trades that are going in, the profits, the balance as it goes up. Remember, we started with $10,000, and you can also click on graph, and if it's a longer back test, it's a little bit hard to see in a 2-week back test, this being a tutorial, but only 4 trades have gone in. You can see they've all been profitable. If there is a negative trade, you'll see this blue line drop. The green line, which you can't really see here, there is equity drawdown, and that will show up as well. Under report, there's nothing yet. We're going to have to wait till the end of the back test here at the 14th of May, and wait for the report to get generated. So there's your graph, there's your results, and you can kind of see the settings. If you wanted to speed it up, you could just skip to the end of this, but we are almost done with the day. Or almost done with the 2-week back test here, and so you see we just got done here. So now we can go ahead and click on report, and you can kind of see the report here that there was no chart errors. Total profit was $200 out of 10,000. So not a bad return, 2% in 2 weeks. This EA is designed to just kind of chip away at making money, and 4 profitable trades. 100% trade accuracy in this particular case, and 4% drawdown. So you can kind of tinker around with that and do some back testing yourself. So hopefully you've enjoyed the tutorial for the back test for Fedora FX. Thanks a lot.